John, my guy, an enemy of Allah. You know Paul is a straight up liar, right? He can't even keep his story straight. In Acts 9:7, it says his companions heard a voice, but then in Acts 22:9, suddenly, they didn't hear anything. Which is which? How can you trust a guy who can't remember what happened? I mean, was it a voice? Or was it just in his head? Maybe Paul needed a new prescription for his ears.
Ahmad, how many times did I call you? You've come again with your YouTube dua preacher arguments. My guy, there's no contradiction here. Let me educate you in your ignorance, since you seem to have missed some basic Greek in school. The word used for here in Acts 9:7 and Acts 22:9 is akouo. But you see, here can mean two different things. It can mean to hear a sound, or it can mean to understand what's being said. Even Wiktionary will tell you that. In Acts 9:7, they heard the sound but didn't understand the voice. In Acts 22:9, Paul clarifies that they didn't understand the voice's message.
Oh, come on, John. So now you are saying the Greek language saved Paul's neck, do you think so? That's a convenient escape. Do you mean the companions heard it but didn't understand it? What kind of strange language was this voice speaking, that even Google Translate would struggle? If God wanted to give a message, he wouldn't be out here confusing people.
Ahmad, even you are confusing me with your dodgy arguments. Look, the difference is straightforward. It's like when you hear your mom shouting in the distance. You hear the voice, but you don't know if she's saying, "Come and eat," or, "Come here now." Because you didn't understand. That's exactly what happened with Paul's companions. They heard the sound but didn't grasp what was being said. It's not a matter of God confusing anyone, it's about the people not comprehending.
Alright, but what about Paul's claim that Jesus appeared to him directly? The same Jesus who supposedly died and ascended to heaven. Was he doing a quick stopover on earth just for Paul? That sounds more like a ghost story than divine revelation, my friend.
Ahmad, it's like you're auditioning for a Nollywood ghost film. Look, Christ's appearance to Paul was a divine vision, a supernatural encounter. You know, kind of like how you guys believe the angel Jibril appeared to Muhammad. Just because it's spiritual doesn't mean it didn't happen. Why is it okay for Jibril to appear in a cave, but Jesus appearing to Paul suddenly becomes unbelievable?
Okay, John, but why did Paul have to blind himself in the process? Talk about dramatic. Was that really necessary?
Hypocrisy and double standards at play for a typical Muslim.
I mean, couldn't God have just sent him a WhatsApp message to avoid the flashy light that blinded him?
You're killing me, Ahmad. The blinding was symbolic, bro. Paul was spiritually blind to the truth, and then literally blind, so he could understand the weight of his past actions against Christians. The healing later was a sign of his newfound spiritual sight. It's not about drama, it's about transformation. You've been reading too many conspiracy blogs.
Alright, but I still think Paul's story is fishy. Maybe I've been influenced by Deva videos, but you can't deny there are some contradictions.
Of course you've been influenced, Ahmad. It's obvious. But you're my friend, so I won't hold it against you. The thing is, you've been looking at Paul with suspicion from the start because those Dawah preachers make him sound like some villain. But when you actually examine the text, not through some video, but through proper study, the so-called contradictions disappear. It's just a matter of understanding the language and context.
John, you always have a way of making me rethink my objections. Maybe Paul wasn't a total fraud after all.
I'll take that as you running out of arguments. Don't worry, my friend, we'll continue this next time. Maybe with fewer YouTube references, hope you get.
Deal. But I'm coming with more questions next time, you can bet on that.